Good morning. This is Jeanette Coleman, Director of Human Resources here at Axcet HR Solutions. Thank you for attending our webinar. Before we get started, a few housekeeping details. Everyone is muted throughout the presentation, but if you'd like to ask any questions, you can use the chat box. We will answer those questions at the end, and the presentation will be about 20 minutes before we get started on Q&A. And with that, I'll turn it over to Lori.
Thank you, Jeanette. Hi, everybody. My name is Lori Doonan, and I am a consumer experience consultant with Humana. And my charge in my job is to truly make sure that you as employers and your employees understand the benefits that are available to you through your Humana insurance. One of these being our rewards-based program for our wellness called Go365. This is a free program. It's already embedded with all of your benefits. It's there and ready for you to use. It is turnkey, that you don't have to do any implementation other than providing it for your employees and potentially having myself as a resource with Humana available to come on site for you to be able to engage your employees and know how to use the program. I want to start out just a little bit to make sure you guys understand that at Humana we really do look at a whole person type of wellness. So many times when I come to meetings for employees, they dread seeing me. They're like, great, this lady is going to make us eat kale and run a marathon. And I just want to be right up front from the beginning, that's not really what this program is about. It is about rewarding for making some positive choices in their health. If that's their goal and that's where they're at in their wellness journey, we of course want to help them continue that healthy lifestyle. But if they're just getting started, we also want to meet them where they're at and help create a journey for them that makes sense and truly is beneficial to them. So our wellness program, as I mentioned, is called Go365. Now you have many benefits with your Humana insurance, the nurse line, healthy beginnings for those that maybe are in maternity and pregnancy. There's an EAP called the Employee Assistance Program. But the wellness program that we're talking about today is called Go365. And again, it's free for you to start and create a culture of wellness at your business. It is ready and available today. It's already embedded. It is just ready for you to inform your employees about or move it forward and really help them get engaged is what we call, which is using the program. You and all of your employees are engaging in your health every day, and that's why we like the name Go365, because whether you're making positive choices in your health or potentially some negative choices, you are affecting your health every day. But again, we want to reward you and your employees for those positive choices. So everything within our program gives you the opportunity for free items. That may be Amazon gift cards or Target, maybe movie tickets, or maybe, a Trek bike or an iPad. Whatever truly motivates that employee, it will meet them where they are. The program, kind of how it's designed, just so you know, we are accredited and we do have a verification process where people will let us know either through their website or their app, which we'll talk about in a moment, their activities that they do. And when I'm speaking of activity, I'm saying going to get your blood pressure tested, potentially getting your flu shot, giving blood, whatever it is that that employee chooses to do, that is what we are looking at that we will be rewarding for those points. So why does this make sense for you? It's there, it's already free, but why do you want to take those few extra minutes to maybe send out that employee email or potentially have me come on site? We really feel that wellness is a good investment. And some of you maybe already started looking at that, said, what can we do? But you just don't want to take too much time away from you and your busy schedule. So that's why this program makes sense, because we've actually done the research. We did a 3-year study where we followed our Humana employees, and that's 8,000 employees, and these are some of the things that we found. We had decreased unscheduled absences. People did more of their routine exams, those preventative exams like getting your blood pressure tested or your cholesterol tested. And for us as employees, we had some lower overall health costs, using our deductible less, using those insurance costs that come out of our pocket less because we were making healthier lifestyle choices. So how does it work? Well, we again want to meet the employee where they are because everybody's wellness journey is different. And as you can see on this screen, Ashley and Robert, Brenda and Jim, they all have different lives. But let's look at Brenda here for a minute, because I think all of us have a Brenda in our office, I would imagine. She's 45. She has a busy schedule. Maybe she has kids she's trying to balance on hers as well, and she just wants to stay healthy where she's at and continue her life because her parents are aging, and she realizes, hey, I really want to be able to take care of my family, my kids that I have, but also my parents, but me too. So to get started with the program, there's 3 ways that we can go about them. And you'll see at the top of the screen, one of them is completing a health assessment, another is getting a biometric screening, and then a third is logging a workout with a connected device. With this health assessment, what this is I like to say it's the easiest test you'll ever take in your life. Because when employees take this, or yourself, it literally is questions about you that you can't get wrong. And I love that, because we're going to give you points for free stuff for questions about yourself you cannot get wrong. You'll see at the bottom that members can access anything with the Go365 program on the website. That is where the base program is housed. But the app is also available. It's a free download in their Google Play Store or in the iTunes Store, where they actually can do their health assessment and access the program and make their lives a little easier on a smartphone. But it's going to ask simple questions about them individually. How much salt do you put on your food? How much do you sleep at night? Are you managing your stress? Again, simple things, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to have people become self-aware. What are the choices I am making that might be positive or negative? And the beautiful thing is they get points. And again, remember, these points translate into bucks for free things in our mall. So they get 1,000 points just to take this free test. They might have enough for movie tickets or even a basic pedometer in our mall to get them started being a little more active. When they take this health assessment, please know they're going to receive something called a Go365 age. And we love this within our program because it really does help people become a little more health aware, if you will, because you do know what those activity choices that you make every day on your 365-day journey, how they're actually affecting you and your body. So if we look at Brenda, if you remember, she was a 45-year-old woman, and when some people take their health assessment, their age might come back and, man, they're doing great. They're making the choices they should be making. They're going to their routine exams, and their body's aging like they're 45. Or maybe, you're really doing great and you're just taking care of things above and beyond, and your body's aging like you're 43 from your age for Go365. But to be honest, 95% of us come back with an age that's a little higher. And I don't think that that's any new information. I think that we know that the lifestyle choices we make sometimes could be a little better. Maybe we could sleep a little better at night or manage our stress better, maybe be a little more active. So some people might get a Go365 age that's 51. And that's a little bit of a wake-up call to say, this is how it assumes my body is aging based on the lifestyle choices that I'm making. Now, I will tell you, as I get this question a lot, if somebody gets a Go365 age of 65, they cannot retire, okay? This is just a relative age, okay? They have to go by their actual age. But it is something that kind of gets a conversation going between your employees potentially of, wow, I don't want to be 51, I'm 45. And it really gets them started on their journey. You may recall the second thing that they can do to get started is something called a biometric screening. And you'll notice there are 4 things on your screen: a body mass index, and this is a relationship of your height to your weight. There's blood pressure, total cholesterol, and blood glucose. And these 4 factors are actually great indicators of some preventative health conditions. And the thing is, most people don't actually know these numbers. And we would love for them to, so much that they can do this test for free. I'm using the word free a lot because this is a free program, and they can go get these tests free. They can go to a Walgreens Take Care clinic with a little walk-in voucher, about 20 minutes of their time, and have these 4 items tested. They'll send the results directly to us at Go365, and they'll receive 2,000 points just for doing that. But as a rewards program, we also give bonus points if people are already taking care of their health. So if any of those 4 numbers come back in range, they would receive an additional bonus point. And again, just to relate it back for you and your employees, that could be an Amazon gift card. Maybe if all their numbers in range, maybe they could get a Garmin device or Fitbit. They all talk with our program, and these are things that, again, continue on their wellness journey. The third thing, as you may recall, is using a fitness device and logging an activity. So please know that fitness is something we can do daily. This isn't a 2,000-point big earner, like knowing those 4 numbers, because that's an important part. But this is something, like I said, we can do daily. I don't know about you, but how many of you get stuck sitting at your desk all day? And you think, gosh, I haven't even gotten up. I haven't moved for 3 hours. It happens to me, and I do this every day, guys. It's just the culture that we live in. We have things we need to get done, and this is a way to kind of encourage us to keep moving. So maybe somebody wants to be part of a participating gym. Maybe they walk 1,000 steps with their basic phone, an S-Health or an iHeart, that Garmin or a Fitbit, whatever it is for them. And again, having a verified program, we just connect things, and that's what I'm there to help you and your employees do. It's a very simple process, but once they say, hey, I give permission for my device to talk to Go365, they're receiving points that keeps adding up for their free stuff. The other part of our program that I like to point out is that everybody gets the opportunity for some personalized goals. Because once they answer those questions and take that test, they may have some things become more aware for them. Maybe they didn't realize their blood pressure was a little bit higher, and we want to know that. So there we get an opportunity to have a goal where they can get some help along the way, potentially a 20-minute video they can watch on managing stress. Or maybe if they have a reduce your weight goal, they could use Weight Watchers for free for 6 months. Whatever it is, you will notice there's over 300 different activities that could be a goal for somebody. So again, it's that wellness journey that meets that person where they are and moves them forward. And they can choose to do those for additional points and bucks. The other part of it is there's health coaching. Health coaching is the opportunity to speak with one of our certified professionals over the phone, online chats, or email, and they just talk and get some assistance. They get points to talk for them for the free stuff, but they also get the help, whether it's tobacco cessation, managing their blood pressure, or what preventative screenings they might need of mammograms or colonoscopies. You may remember that at the Humana approach to wellness, we look at the whole person. But in doing that, we also want to look at the whole family. And you may have some employees that have a family policy. And we would want every member of the family to be able to be healthier as well. So spouses, adult dependents are able to use the program we've been talking about. And then we have the Go365 kids, because even kiddos that are 5 to 12 years old, they get their preventative screenings. They might be on a sports team where they're being active. We want to reward them for those great choices as well. So we're piling up these points, and remember these points are going towards their free stuff. But how do you as an employer, how does that help you? So we want to know, are people using the free program? Are they maybe really getting into it and engaging it so that we can kind of increase and affect your productivity and those unscheduled absences? You will notice there's some status levels that we can do that with, and that's blue, bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. And within those levels, it just tells us, are people utilizing the program? It is confidential, so we want to make sure you are aware of that, and for your employees as well. We don't know what activities they choose to get these points. We just know, are they using them? Are they in the status levels? So please be aware of that confidentiality factor as well, so that they can feel safe knowing, does my employer know that my blood pressure is high? No, we have no idea. We are just looking as a benefit in your wellness program. Are you using it, and are you getting your free items? We can provide reports along this line to you as an employer, just so you know, so we can say, hey, 10 people are in silver, 20 people are in blue and have chosen not to use it, whatever it may be, so that you have the ability to go in and know, how are your efforts? Do we need to put up more posters? Do we need to do a meeting? What would be the most beneficial for you and your group? So to get those points and attain those levels, you'll notice that there are 4 categories that they can earn points in. And I know you were sent out some handouts with the webinar invitation. One is called a How to Earn Points Guide, and this is in there. So there's points in fitness, education, prevention, and healthy living. And again, that health assessment we talked about, the free test in prevention to check their cholesterol and blood pressure, all of that's in this section. But in addition, they also have the opportunity for recommended goals, because that's something, those over 30 recommended goals that might be individualized to your employee, or some employer-sponsored events. So you may know your population very well, and you say, you know, I have a need in my company that we would really like to do some sort of challenge or, you know, really encourage this. So we have over 20 preset options. So maybe a Biggest Loser challenge, or encouraging your employees to drink more water during the hot months, a water challenge. You have the opportunity to do that as well, to be able to award points to those employees for their free items. Free items, I keep talking about that, right? So here they are. This is kind of what our mall looks like. The beautiful part of this is they get to choose what inspires them. I have talked to a lot of employers over the years doing this. I've been in corporate wellness for about 16 years, and a lot of times employers say, you know, would we get a Cabela's gift card and try and do something with that? They try and pick what might match their employee, and that's a great option. But again, as a turnkey program, we already have these options here where the employee picks what motivates them. Our most popular item is an Amazon gift card, because as you can imagine, you can get everything at Amazon nowadays. So a 2,500 points equals that $25 gift card. So you recall that health assessment they took, they can get, you know, up to 1,000 points there. They can get 2,000 points for that free test. They already have enough for a gift card. But if they'd like to save their points, maybe they want to save up for a bike or an iPad, they can. They can save their points for 3 years. They are the owner of that and get to decide how they'd like to spend their points. I will say we have a very successful program here with Go365, and I have seen many employees do all of their holiday shopping on us for things that they do every day. Again, getting their blood pressure tested, going to get their preventative dental exam, maybe giving blood, whatever they chose off that list that they could do to get their points. The other thing that you will notice is one of the handouts that you were given was something called the Healthy Foods Program. This is also part of your benefits, so please know that this is with Walmart. And if you and your employees shop at Walmart, they can request a physical healthy shopping card, and that's what it looks like there on the top right. And any items that they pick at Walmart that have that green Great For You symbol on it on the lower right-hand side of your screen, they actually will automatically receive 5% off at the register of those items. And to kind of give you a perspective, there's over 920 items at Walmart that have that item on it, whether it's fruits and vegetables, which I think makes sense, but also beans, rice, pastas, some meats. There's a lot of opportunity for your employees to truly save at the register. But we also like games at Humana, so you'll notice something called Pick 6. And it's kind of a memory game that your employees can play online or on their smartphone each month, where they turn over an apple or potentially a French fries and a hamburger. It's random. They just get to pick 6 choices, and depending on how many apples they turn over, they can get anywhere from 5%, 10, 25, or 50% off those healthy items that month. They don't want to play or don't choose or forget to play, they get 5, but they can certainly utilize that. And again, an opportunity to save some money at the register as a benefit that's part of your insurance that's already embedded. So just kind of as a little wrap up, our goal here is we do want to create a culture of wellness for you and your employees, but we want to make it easy because this is a free program that's already ready for you to use. It is turnkey. Everything's all set up. It literally is as easy as, hey, Lori, can you send me just some emails? Can you come out and talk to my employees? Can you sit with us and help with a challenge? You can have me as involved in as much or as little as you would like, but it really does alleviate that additional responsibility off your plate. But the goals for you as an employer are truly those lower costs, the increased productivity, and reduced absenteeism for your employees, because we want to create that culture, because that's your family. Those employees are with you most of their day, and we want them to be as healthy as possible, not only for your bottom line, but also for their health and well-being. You know your employees, and maybe there's somebody whose daughter's getting ready to get married, and we want to make sure that he's there to walk his daughter down the aisle. So I thank you guys for your time today. I know that Jeanette has the chat room open for you, but I will turn it back to her at this time.
Great. Thank you, Lori. So we've had just a couple questions come in. I think you may have hit this a few times, but before we go any further, we should reiterate that there is no cost to Humana clients to participate in this program. We had a question. You mentioned turnkey programs. What does a turnkey program mean to me?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yes, that's kind of a phrase, and I apologize if it's a phrase that maybe was a little confusing, but it really means that the program is set and ready to go. There's nothing as you as an owner or an HR representative needs to do to implement this program. You don't have to pay for those rewards. They're paid for. They're part of your Humana. They are already loaded into the Go365 website and the Go365 app. It literally is the employees choosing whether they want to get in and utilize that program. The biggest commitment, I would say, on your end would be potentially hanging up some posters in your break room, potentially sending out one of the pre-populated emails I could give you to your site, or scheduling a conference room so that if it does make sense that your employees are off their production line for a few moments to come in for a 20, 30-minute little presentation where I can help them get started, that's kind of what it would mean. Great question. Thank you.
We just had several more come in. If I co-sponsor a GEM membership for all of my employees, do the employees get a discount on health insurance? Sorry, I hadn't read the whole question.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not on their health insurance. Their rewards would definitely come from participating at the gym and then being able to earn their rewards in the mall. So think of Go365 as a benefit of your insurance. It's not actually tied to your insurance premiums, if that makes sense.
Okay, another one, can spouses combine points?
Yes, they can. That's a great question. So you as the actual employer and employees are the holders of the Go365 account. All the points, believe it or not, come to you. So let's say you earn 5,000 points and your spouse earns 3,000. That's great because all of the bucks come to you as the employer, and you can of course share them, but they do all fall under one account to kind of move you through the status levels and get those bonus bucks. Great question.
What information does the employee need when registering Go365?
What information would they need? When they register, great question. When they register, they need their name. They need either their social security number or their member ID that's found on their health insurance card. They need their date of birth and their home zip code. After that process, that identifies them within our Go365 system, and at that point, they would create their own username and password. And when I come on site, I actually am very clear that I, as their Go365 consultant, I don't have any access to the usernames and passwords, so there truly is that confidential step, but it is something they need to remember, because if they do forget, they would have to call the customer service at the main office to be able to get that reset. Yeah, so just their name, social security or member ID, date of birth, and their home zip code.
Okay, thank you. What about where do we get our Healthy Foods card?
That is something each individual member would actually request online or through the Go365 app. As soon as the health assessment is completed, there is a tab that will appear, if you will, kind of in a magical world. There will be a tab that actually says on the website, it's at the very top of the screen, says Healthy Foods. In your app, it'll be in your app options. It'll also say Healthy Foods. If you've not received your card, it'll say, would you like your card? You say yes. It will pull up the address that it has on file for you. You say, yes, this is the correct address to mail my card to, and it will be mailed to your home in 5 to 7 business days.
Okay, and let's see. One last question. Looks like a clarification on the spouse points.
Yes.
The participant is asking, does the employer have to combine the spouse points for the employee?
No, that is something that's done individually right there within the program. So the program knows what type of insurance they have. If they have spouses on their plan or child dependents, it will know who is included on their policy, so it will automatically figure all that information for them.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sure.
Last little bit of information, if you would like to schedule Lori to come to your site and roll this out with your employees, explain the program, she can do that. Just let your HR consultants here at Axcet know and they'll coordinate that meeting. Also, we will be sending out a recording of the presentation, so that will be coming later today. Thank you all for attending. Thank you, Lori, for the great information.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll end the call.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.